We finally got confirmation from EA about Team of the Year, and it all starts with a list of nominees. In today's video, we're going to go through all of the official nominees for this year's Team of the Year, Hockey Ultimate Team's marquee event. So we'll go through those nominees, and I'll give you my 6 predictions on who is going to win Team of the Year this year. Feel free to debate in the comments section. As always, make sure you subscribe for the most up-to-date news, tips, and info, as well as check out my live streams on Twitch, twitch.tv/nosleeves12. I'll be live this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for a special time and release for this year's Team of the Year. That's right, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, not 5. So be sure to tune into the live stream. Let's get into it. All right, so let's start with the nominees at forward. We've got Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Leon Draisaitl, Matthew Tkachuk, and David Pastrnak. All strong options for the 3 forward spots for this year's event. We've got Mikko Rantanen, Nikita Kucherov, Mitch Marner, Jack Hughes, Sidney Crosby, as well as Austin Matthews, Jason Robertson, Jack Eichel, Elias Pettersson, Tage Thompson, Alex Ovechkin, Kirill Kaprizov, Braden Point, Tim Stützle, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. So when it comes to the forwards, there's only really 2 or 3 players that I'm surprised did not get a nominee. That would be Artemi Panarin, who in his last 80 games in the calendar year of 2023 had over 100 points. After him, we've also got JT Miller, who has been pretty incredible in the regular season. Obviously, no postseason numbers to add to that. And then also William Nylander, but again, that's more based on his incredible start this year. But other than those 3, I think that you can argue that all of these are pretty decent nominees. On to defense, we've got Erik Karlsson, Vince Dunn, Cale Makar, Miro Heiskanen, Adam Fox, Brendan Montour, Quinn Hughes, Roman Josi, Charlie McAvoy, Rasmus Dahlin, Josh Morrissey, and Dougie Hamilton. So a few shocking ones on the back end, in my opinion. The fact that Victor Hedman didn't even get a nominee is pretty stunning. You've also got Evan Bouchard and Noah Dobson, who are more relying on this year's numbers, but everyone else has got an argument to be made. Obviously, Brendan Montour is for last season and his postseason run, which is doing the heavy lifting here for his nominee. And then in net, we've got Linus Ullmark, Jussi Saros, Ilya Sorokin, Igor Shesterkin, Alexander Georgiev, and Connor Hellebuck. When it comes to goaltenders, there's kind of 2 I'm surprised they left off. One would be Aiden Hill, simply because he was the cup-winning goaltender and he was absolutely insane. And before his injury in early December, he was actually having a Vezina-type season, but he also played far fewer games than everyone else. And the other one is Jeremy Swayman. He is literally the best statistical goaltender over the last calendar year. The only thing he's missing is the Vezina because his teammate Linus Ullmark got it nominated. But other than that, he has literally been the best goaltender in roughly the same amount of games played as well. So kind of surprised he didn't get a nominee. So that said, let's get into who I think is going to win this year's Team of the Year. Now, just for anyone that is new to the game, or maybe anyone looking for a refresher, the reason why the Team of the Year event is the best event throughout the year is simply because the cards they release are dominant. They will come out with multiple synergies that you can all customize, and they'll offer multiple to that synergy. On top of that, they come with some of, if not all of the best abilities that you can put on a card in the game. The biggest factor, however, is that whenever a new card comes out that is a higher overall, the card will automatically bump up to that overall, meaning that if a new 96 overall Connor McDavid comes out and the Team of the Year card is stuck at 95, it will automatically, for free, go up to 96. There is no paying for the upgrade. That is why these cards are the most sought after in the game. For anyone wondering about trade-ins, I will use last year's Team of the Season, which is an event that will happen at the end of the actual NHL season. How it has worked with Team of the Year is that the current highest tiered X Factor will give you a significant discount to get that player's Team of the Year version. So let's say Connor McDavid was to win Team of the Year. His X Factor upgraded to the highest tier will net you a significant discount for his Team of the Year card if you were to trade that in. Alternatively, they also include Master Set players in prior years. This is a new content team, so I don't want to guarantee you anything, but if any card that gets Team of the Year has a Master Set player, it will usually have a trade-in for a little bit less of a discount than the Team of the Year. Usually it's far less of a discount. All right, now, under the assumption that it is not position locked and it is simply 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goaltender, here are my picks. Let's start with the slam dunks. Connor McDavid. In 76 games in the regular season, he had 45 goals, 84 assists, and 129 points. On top of that, in 12 playoff games, he potted 20 points. Good for a total of 149 points in 83 games total in 2023. Oh, he also won the Hart, Ted Lindsay, Rocket Richard, and Art Ross. This is a no-brainer. Zero argument. Connor McDavid is getting a Team of the Year card. My second pick for Team of the Year among forwards is Nathan MacKinnon. In 84 regular season games in 2023, he had 53 goals, 82 assists, and the most points in the NHL with 135. After their stunning loss to the Kraken in round 1, he only had 7 points in 7 playoff games, so he did come up a few points short of Connor McDavid for the most points overall in the year. He didn't win any awards, but let's not overthink this one. Nathan MacKinnon deserves it, and he is more than likely going to get a Team of the Year card. The third spot among forwards is where things get a little interesting. There are a lot of strong options. Nikita Kucherov, Leon Draisaitl, hell, even Elias Pettersson and Jack Hughes have all had unbelievable numbers in 2023. However, in my opinion, it's David Pastrnak. In 76 regular season games, he had 58 goals, 55 assists, good for 113 points. Those 58 goals are the most in the entire NHL. On top of that, he netted 5 goals in 7 games in the playoffs in their first round exit to Florida. So in 88 total games, he had 63 goals. Again, the most in the NHL. I have no problem with any of the other options, even Matthew Tkachuk for his incredible playoff run. But I think leaving the league's highest scoring player off of Team of the Year would be a misstep. So for me, he is the third forward for Team of the Year. On to defense, and this is really a 3-horse race. There are 3 players for 2 spots, and I wouldn't complain about any of the combinations that you can have. For me, Quinn Hughes would be an automatic, simply because he had 91 points in his last 82 regular season games. When you consider that Erik Karlsson had 100 points last season, and there had only been 6 defensemen prior to do that, Quinn Hughes is awfully close in terms of the last calendar year. Obviously, no postseason or awards hurts, but he's the highest scoring defenseman by quite a bit. My second option is Erik Karlsson. 79 games played, 73 points, no playoffs, but when you consider the historic season he had, and I know that any part of 2022 does not count, when you consider that 50 of those points came in 44 games for the Sharks, which had the fewest wins in the entire NHL, winning the Norris Trophy, I just don't see how they leave him off. Again, no complaints at all if Cale Makar gets it. I would actually be kind of surprised if he doesn't. I think some other dark horses that definitely need some recognition are Vince Dunn and Miro Heiskanen, who are among the highest point getters among defensemen over the last calendar year as well. And then in net, this is another slam dunk for me. With the list of nominees not including Jeremy Swayman, there is really no debate. Linus Ullmark has the best numbers of all the nominees. He's also the reigning Vezina Trophy winner. He is going to be your Team of the Year goaltender. So the women's Team of the Year nominees have also been released. I'll have a separate video covering all of them, as well as my prediction on who is going to win the Women's Team of the Year. Be sure to tune into the live stream again, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, for the release of this year's Team of the Year in Hockey Ultimate Team. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.